Well, good morning everyone. Hope you are doing good and having a great week. To all my returning subscribers, thank you for your support. And to all our viewers and those recently subscribed, thank you and welcome to this channel. As you saw in the introduction of this video, today we'll be talking about world coins. And for this series of videos, I'll be taking you to the United Kingdom and we'll be taking a look at the very beautiful British half crown. Up on your screen is this coin album containing all of my British half crowns and florins or 2 shilling coins that I've been working on to collect over several years. The half crown collection that I have runs from the years in the 1800s up until their withdrawal in the 1960s. The half crown first appeared in the British currency system in 1546 during the reign of King Edward VI. Those early coins from the 1500s to the 1700s are quite rare and extremely valuable, so I don't have those in my collection. However, the half crowns continued to be used as a denomination of British currencies up until their withdrawal on the 31st of December 1969, and they were completely demonetized on the 1st of January 1970. This was a prelude to the decimalization of the old British currencies and the introduction of the new pence, which was officially started on the 15th of February 1971. For this series of videos, I'll be sharing you the half crowns that I have, categorized by the reigning monarch that you can see on the obverse of the coins. But before we get to my collection, I'd just like to put it out there that I do have a crowdfunding page on Buy Me a Coffee, the link of which you can find in the description text of my YouTube homepage. So go ahead and click on that, go and have a look, and I would appreciate any support that you guys can give, as this channel here is not monetized. Okay, with that all done, let's go ahead and take a look at some British half crowns. So we previously looked at the half crowns issued with the portrait of King Edward VII. These coins ran from 1902 to 1910. So for this video, we're going to take a look at the coins bearing the portrait of Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria was the longest reigning monarch before that distinction was taken over by Queen Elizabeth II. So her reign ran from 1837 to 1901, and the half crowns issued for Queen Victoria started in 1839 and ended in 1901. As you can imagine, with such a long reign for Her Majesty, there were quite a number of half crowns issued for her. And during that period, there were broadly 3 different types of half crowns bearing 3 different portraits. The first of which is known as the Young Head half crowns. The second is called the Jubilee Head, while the third has the portrait which is often known as the Old Head. As you have seen, I have all 3 different portraits of Queen Victoria on the coins, although I only have 14 of the coins of the many half crowns that were issued bearing her portrait. And because the specifications of these coins are the same, let's start with that before we take a closer look at all of these coins. These half crowns are minted in 925 sterling silver. They have a weight of 14.14 grams, a diameter of 32 millimeters, and a thickness of approximately 2 millimeters with a fully riveted edge. With the specifications all done, let's go ahead and take a look at the coins bearing the young head portrait of Queen Victoria. For this first portrait, there were 2 different types, the first of which were minted from 1839 to 1864. Unfortunately, I don't have any of those coins in my collection. The second types were minted from 1874 to 1887. There were 14 different half crowns that were issued, and for my collection, I have 3 of them, including the first half crown of this second type of this series. Here on the obverse, we can see this young portrait of Queen Victoria, designed by William Wyon. The portrait is facing to the left, and just above it, we have the legend in Latin, which reads Victoria Dei Gratia, and that translates to Victoria by the grace of God. Just below the portrait, we have the year issue of 1874, which again is the first year for the introduction of this half crown with the second portrait of the Queen. This example that I have is in well-worn condition, so a lot of the details are missing, but all these half crowns are struck in coin orientation. So when I flip it to the reverse, we can now see this crown quarter shield design done by Jean-Baptiste Merlin. And surrounding the shield, we have these words here in Latin, which reads Britanniarum Regina Fidei Defensatrix, and that translates to Queen of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith. With the detailed review of this coin all done, let's take a look now at the other two coins that I have in my collection. Alright, with the first portrait all done, let's take a look at the second portrait, or the Jubilee Head. These half crowns were minted from 1887 to 1892, so a total of 6 coins in total. I did a little bit better with these series. I do have 6 of the 7 coins that were issued. Here's the first coin of the series. And on the obverse, we can see this Jubilee Head design of Queen Victoria, which was done by Joseph Edgar Bowen. The portrait is facing to the left with the crown right above, and surrounding the portrait we have the same legend which reads in Latin Victoria Dei Gratia, and that translates to Victoria by the grace of God. The coins are now in medal orientation, so when I flip it to the reverse, we can now see this very intricate and beautiful crown quarter shield design done by Leonard Charles Wyon. And surrounding the shield, we have the same Latin words which reads Britanniarum Regina Fide Defensatrix. Again, my apologies for my poor pronunciation of the Latin words, but that again translates to Queen of the Britons, Defender of the Faith. And just in the inner circle surrounding the shield, we have these words over here in the ring, which reads in Latin Honisoi Qui Mal Y Pensi, and that translates to shame on he who thinks evil of it. The year issue is now on the reverse, and we can see over here that this coin was issued in 1887, which is the first coin for this series bearing the second portrait, or the Jubilee Head of Queen Victoria. Okay, with this coin all done, let's take a quick look now at all the other half crowns that I have for this series. And with this coin over here, we come now to the end of this series, which have the half crown bearing the Jubilee Head, or the second portrait of Queen Victoria. We come now to the final half crown bearing the old head portrait of Queen Victoria, and these coins were minted from 1893 to 1901, when the reign of Queen Victoria came to an end, and she was succeeded by King Edward VII. There are 9 different coins that were issued, and for this collection, I do have 6 of them. The designer of these coins was Thomas Brock, who designed both the obverse and reverse of the coins. And here on the obverse, we can see the old head design of Queen Victoria, again facing to the left, and surrounding the portrait, we have the legend here reading in Latin Victoria Dei Gratia Britanniarum Regina, and that translates to Victoria by the grace of God, Queen of all the Britons. The coins are in metal orientation, so when I flip it to the reverse, we can see this very different shield design, a shield design done by Thomas Brock. And along the border, we have the Latin words which reads Fide Defensatrix, India Imperatrix, and that translates to Defender of the Faith, Empress of India. I think it's the first time that this reference has been made on the coin for the Queen as the Empress of India. And just below the shield, we can see the year of issue of 1893, which is the first half crown of this series. Okay, with this coin all done, let's take a look at the other 5 coins that I have for this series. And with this coin from 1901, we come to the end of my collection of the half crowns bearing the portrait of Queen Victoria. Before I end this video, let me just share with you some of my thoughts. As I mentioned earlier, these half crowns bearing the portrait of Queen Victoria ran for many years, so there are a lot of coins to collect. I only have 14 of them, and coins that are in higher grades do carry an extremely high premium. Most of the coins that I have, in fact all the coins that I have here are in much lower grades, but even then I still have to pay quite a premium for them. Many of these coins here actually cost more than an ounce of silver. So with these coins over here, you're actually moving to the numismatic side of coin collecting. I wouldn't recommend collecting these coins here as part of your silver stack. They are actually quite expensive, unless of course if you can find deals on them, which can be quite difficult. However, if you are looking to collect the British half crowns, these half crowns over here bearing the portrait of Her Majesty Queen Victoria can be quite interesting, and they can be quite a challenging collection to complete. So if you're looking for a challenge, this might be something that you might want to consider. I doubt if I'll be able to complete this series of coins over here unless I'm willing to part with quite a lot of my money. But I'll certainly be looking out for deals in the future, and do check back to this channel if you'd like to see my updates on my half crown coin collection. And with that, I guess that would do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. This will be the second last video for this series, and stay tuned to this channel for the final video where I'll reveal the last half crowns that I have in my collection. There's only 3 of them, so that's going to be a quick video, but I hope you stay tuned to that and enjoy what you're going to learn. If you do have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, don't forget to leave me a like if you've enjoyed this content, and be sure to hit that share and subscribe buttons down here if you have not done so. As always, from everybody over here, you all please take care, be safe, and have a nice day.